And here goes a nice short E36 video for you guys. I've been having an issue where I can push the brake pedal all the way to the floor on the E36. The fluid's new and it's not boiled. The lines have no visible leaks anywhere, and the master cylinders also don't show any leaks. When I have the car off, I can pump the pedal and the pedal will be firm and it will hold pretty high up. But as soon as I start the car, the pedal goes right down to the floor, or I can push it all the way down to the floor and I can hit the stop. So I know there's something wrong with this. I first thought it was a master cylinder because once I started pinching off brake hoses with the car on, the pedal obviously got firmer, and that's because I added a restriction, but I could still touch the floor with basically enough pressure. So I searched online. Spec E36 or Spec 3 guys started telling me that the pedal feel on these cars just kind of suck in general, especially when you wear the pads down a lot. So basically what I did was toss in some random parts store pads. So these are pretty good and they're pretty new, and kept the old rotors because I didn't have a spare set of rotors. But these rotors also have a decent lip on them, and the pedal feel, or the pedal, went higher. So now, today, what we're going to do is replace all 4 rotors and pads with this new stuff. We're also going to do new brake caliper bushings all around, because I only did one, because that's all I had the last time I did the video on it. But anyways, new rotors, new caliper bushings, and new Powerstop Track Day Spec pads. These were technically my second choice, but I can get them within a week. I really want to try the Raybestos ST43s or even ST45, ST47s. But again, those had like a 3-week lead time and had to be custom made. I have a track day tomorrow, so we're going with what I can get in time. And the car's been working just fine with them. I just wanted to try better brake pads. Anyways, let's start working and I'll give you a report once we're all done. Okay, so got the first front rotor off. This is a difference of what we're working with. So, new, old, some random parts store pad. You can see this is probably around like 70-80%, and this is only about, I would say, 30 or 40, and this is brand new. So, there's a lot of material rubbed off here, possibly adding to the really low pedal. Additionally, this is the old caliper, or the old rotor. I can feel a solid lip on here, but I don't have like a micrometer to actually measure anything with, so I can't give you anything scientific. And this is a new rotor. I measured this face, it's 22 millimeters because I have a regular set of calipers, but I can't really measure this accurately. I'm guessing there's probably a millimeter, maybe 1.5 millimeters, like off on each side. So these are basically, I think they're at the limit of what BMW would be accept as acceptable. So anyways, super simple. Pads are going in. Not doing bushings on this one because this is the only caliper with new caliper bushings. The other 3 are gonna get caliper bushings. Alright, I got the front end buttoned up. You can see new rotors. Pads are in there somewhere. And then the other side. Here's a better look because I don't have the wheel back on yet. And before I button everything up in the front and lower it down, I'm going to do the intake boot on this thing, because I don't know how long I've been driving like this, but that's no bueno. So I'm going to replace this guy with a new Rhine unit, and front end will be done. I'm going to spin the car around. If you're wondering why half the car's in the garage, it's because the rest of it's filled with furniture because I'm moving. But we'll get this done, and then the next project coming up will be the E46, way back there somewhere. And here we are. Everything's buttoned up. As you can see, I just bed them in real quick, so nice little blue tinge on everything. Now I'm just gonna let these things cool off. It turns out the rear pads only had about 3 millimeters of wear, so they were basically new. So all I did was replace the rotor itself, because there was a pretty deep groove. I think the rear rotor groove was deeper than the front rotor groove, because I think I've just been slapping pads on without changing the rotors ever. And I also did the bushings, but you're not going to be able to see those. Again, I only did the bushings because when I was pinching off lines and stuff and I was having my dad push the pedals, I could see the caliper flex, and the one caliper that I already did the bushings on, it flexed like probably a millimeter or two less. So I just felt a little bit more comfortable. Again, if right now I have a much higher pedal where it starts biting at a much higher point, where if I try to heel toe, the brake pedal is actually quite above the gas pedal. Before, it was kind of at the same level, and while I'm comfortable doing that, I didn't have much pedal travel after that, which is kind of scary. So there you have it. Car is done, ready for another track day. It did the intake boot. Obviously nothing exciting there, so thank you guys for watching. Quick little E36 update for you.